Hi! Today I'm going to go through this question in the workbook 3B workbook, page 138 on area and perimeter, question number 3. Now, as with the previous questions, I'm fond of the matter of making copies of the question and printing them out, especially because it's an area and perimeter chapter which requires us to be able to good with our visualization skills. So I've printed this question out and made copies as well. Let's practice the race steps. Read, annotate, choose and evaluate to answer the questions. Let's read the question. The figure below is made up of two identical rectangles. Find the perimeter of the figure. Now I'm going to read this again as part of the read step. The figure below is made up of two identical rectangles. Find the perimeter of the figure. Well, to now, I've gone through a few questions already, and perhaps you are able to start seeing some similarity in those questions, like keywords like identical appearing. And in fact, this question right now is just a little similar. There's some similarity in the questions above. Okay, and because all these questions rely on the your understanding of area and perimeter, the questions are all have their similar points, which I will highlight for you later. Okay, maybe you will get to understand this question and the similarities of the questions better after we go through this one. Okay, so right now I've read it twice. I will do these annotations again. The figure below here is made up of that means I use two rectangles and put them together to give me a figure. Two identical rectangles, identical means exactly the same, and they are made up of rectangles. Find the perimeter of the figure. The question is asking for perimeter. The outside of the shape. Okay, and I make an exact copy of the shape of the workbook question to show you exactly what the figure is. So I've made the copy and I deleted the lines inside so that you can see the whole figure better. But because it's a figure that's a little odd in shape, it does not have a name to this shape, so that's why it's called a figure. So now this figure is made up of two other shapes. There's two other shapes that are identical rectangles. I printed another copy here, and I'm going to snip it right at its joint point, the line here. Okay, and help you to see that they are what it means by two identical rectangles. That means they are exactly the same. Same length, same breadth. Same rectangles. So their measurements are exactly the same. So what happens is that these two rectangles over here, one put vertically, one put horizontally, join them in this manner. That's how that L-shaped figure is formed. So this is the figure, and I traced the outline of the figure in orange. That's the perimeter. So we are talking about the outline of this L shape here. Well, because I already understood this rectangle, and these rectangles are identical, I know the measurements are exactly the same. The length is 16 centimeters. All sides 16, both long sides 16, both short sides 8 centimeters. So that's what it means. So in this way, I understand that this missing measurement is 8 centimeters. This missing measurement is 16 centimeters. From here to here, the short side long side 16, short side 8 centimeters, long side 16. What about this? Are you able to see that it's also 8 centimeters? Are you able to see that? This is also 8. Now why is that so? Because this rectangle here, this is 8. So I chop it here, that's also 8. Okay, so as showed here, all the measurements are here, you are able to solve it. As I trace the outline of the shape, I can go along it. So I choose a start point and I just go up, counting this way. So I can go perimeter of the figure will be 16 centimeter plus 8 centimeters. Let me give it a tick. This one. Careful not to add this one, okay? You don't add the line in the middle. That is inside the shape. We're talking about the outside of the shape. Okay? So I go as I add 16 plus 8 plus 8 plus 16 centimeter plus 8 centimeter plus 16 centimeter plus 8 centimeter. I do my addition. Just a quick step of doing this. So I like to make couplets in numbers, so it helps me to add faster. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of 16. Total 80 centimeters. Right? So, well, so that's how to solve this question. If you're satisfied already, you can stop the video right here. But if you are interested of how, like I said earlier on, this question is very similar to the question right before it. That's the one here, on top here. We understood that the perimeter of the square and the perimeter of this L-shaped figure hasn't changed because we are looking at the outline of the shape. It actually applies to this as well. So I'm going to use the pipe cleaner that I used in the previous question and see how they are similar. Okay, so again I'm going to trace this L-shaped figure here. This is a little challenging to do this. You need to have good fine motor skills, which actually, if you have started learning how to do this in your primary 2, where you learn how to trace lines, to measure length. Yep, that is the fundamental skill. So that's helpful in helping you to understand perimeter in primary 3. So you see, here's how what we've learned all these years connected. So I've got my outline of the shape here with my pipe cleaner here. If you notice, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this side here, and you can actually see how the outline is now changed to a rectangle. Can you see that? Yep. So exactly as how in the previous question, looking at the perimeter of this square, and oops, this is the one. Now this has not changed because I'm pushing the ends to form the side. So we are looking at the perimeter. The outline has the shape hasn't changed. So similarly, this one, here, I can actually find the outline of this rectangle, which will actually be here. The long side here is 8 centimeter plus 16 centimeter. That will give me 24 centimeter. And the method to finding the perimeter of this figure could be simplified by getting 16 centimeter plus 24 centimeter plus 16 centimeter plus 24 centimeter. And that will be 40 centimeter plus 40 centimeter, give me 80 centimeter. Okay, so here I bring to you another way of explaining the solution to this problem, which relies on your ability to understand what it means by perimeter. So if once you are able to understand really the concept of area and perimeter, you'll be able to solve questions and higher order questions with greater ease, because you have concepts, you have grasped the concepts of this chapter accurately. Okay, so here's the two methods. Finally, check if you written down indicated the correct units. Okay, so I'm going to zoom it just a little bit to help you to be able to see better the solutions to this problem. Thank you.